Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today's video comes out of the 53rd Circuit Court in Presteel County, Michigan, with Judge Aaron Gauthier, I think, and he's dealing with an unruly sovereign citizen for the third time in Zoom court. I will link part 1 and part 2, which has already been covered by Law Talk with Mike in the description below. Yeah, I chose to cover this video in particular because this is the hearing where the judge has heard enough of this sovereign citizen's word salad and buffoonery and finally lays down the law with her. And it's pure gold. Let's get into the video.
All right, good morning, Ms. Christensen. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, good morning. We are back on the record in the 53rd Circuit Court for the County of Presteel. Our next case on the docket is People of the State of Michigan versus Angela Marie Christensen. It's filed 21-93185FH. We have Ms. Christensen attending by Zoom, representing herself.
Well, she is at the moment, but that's not going to be the case for much longer. And anyway, what sort of person turns up to court to represent themselves wearing a bobble hat?
And the prosecuting attorney, Mr. Radzaban, is here in the courtroom. We are providing public access both in the courtroom and online. And Ms. Christensen, although you're appearing from your home, for convenience sake, it might not feel like a court hearing, but it is a court hearing. So I'm going to ask you to please remove your hat.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. Okay, thank you. All right, so as we begin the hearing, just like last time, I'm required each time to remind you that you do have the right to the assistance of a lawyer if you wish. And that includes the right to a lawyer at public expense if you were indigent, and that you've previously waived that right and wish to represent yourself. And so I guess I want to ask you again, do you reaffirm that you'd like to represent yourself in this matter, or would you like to have a lawyer?
No, I would like to self-govern and I stand on my paperwork.
So, okay, I'll ask the question. Why would you even file paperwork with the court if you self-govern? And better still, why show up to court at all? Doesn't it kind of weaken your position somewhat?
Okay, so what we have today, you did file 4 written notices that asked for some type of relief, and we had adjourned the hearing to today for any argument on that. So the prosecutor has had a chance to review them. So Ms. Christensen, you say that you stand by the paperwork, and that's fine. I do have the paperwork in front of me. Is there any argument that you'd want to make on your behalf right now to me in support of those claims, or do you wish to just rely on the written pleadings you filed?
It is my wish to stand on my paperwork.
Okay. Mr. Radzaban, do the people have any argument in opposition to those 4 notices?
Your Honor, I've reviewed the paperwork, and I guess while she may not recognize or honor the state of the law, I don't believe that there's any relief that's recognized under law that would allow you to dismiss this case against her based on what she's alleged in the paperwork. I just fail to see it.
Okay. All right. Well, Ms. Christensen, now I'm going to make a ruling on the notices, which I'm construing as some motion or request for relief.
You know, if your filings don't even make sense to a judge, then that should be a huge red flag to you that what you are filing is complete nonsense.
And I've got a written order that I'll enter. I'll read it at this point. Defendant, who at this point in the case is representing herself, has filed 4 handwritten notices. These notices appear to seek relief in one form or another. As to the first notice, defendant asserts that she is a woman and not a defendant. The court finds that Angela Christensen is both a woman and a defendant in this criminal action. To the extent her notice seeks relief, such relief is denied. As to the second notice, defendant demands that any man or woman with a claim against her appear and present such claim in open court. To the extent that this notice seeks to invoke defendant's right to confront her accusers, this court will enforce that right. However, the right of confrontation does not require the complaining witnesses to appear at all pretrial hearings, but only the trial or any necessary evidentiary hearings. So to the extent that this notice seeks to require the appearance of any complaining witnesses at all pretrial hearings, such relief is denied. As to the third notice, defendant asserts that this court lacks authority over her and that only her creator has that authority. Without gainsaying the authority of the creator, it can be noted that religious traditions commonly recognize that the creator has instituted human authority as well. In this matter, the people of the state of Michigan, through ratifying the 1963 state constitution, as well as its predecessor constitutions, have established this court and its authority. The people of the state of Michigan, through their elected representatives, have established laws that apply in this court. And the people of this county have elected this judge to serve in this office. And this court has subject matter over this felony prosecution and has personal jurisdiction over this defendant. Any relief sought by this notice is denied. As to the fourth notice, defendant claims that this court and the government exist only because she allows them to exist. To the extent that this assertion reiterates the proposition that our constitutional republic is founded on the consent of the governed, such proposition is axiomatic as a general matter. However, this proposition does not require that the government must obtain consent or permission from each individual person before exerting governmental authority over that person. Such an idea is nonsense.
Pow.
Did you hear that, Softsits? It's nonsense. And that goes for the rest of your wacky claims too.
And would result not in a constitutional republic, but in anarchy. This defendant's views would render all the criminal laws null and void, which is legally and practically absurd. Therefore, any relief sought by this notice is also denied. All right, so Ms. Christensen, all of the claims and papers that you have filed, I have found to be lacking in legal and factual merit, and I have denied any such relief. And I'm entering a
That's
order
fine.
of-
Can you please stop referring to me as a defendant? And I guess the next step will be, I guess I got to do the actual filing of the claims if you're going to deny all of those.
No, those, I don't know what claims you're talking about. You filed some claims or notices or requests.
No, I
What
did
do you
not
mean?
even file my claims yet. I did notices. I did not file my claims yet. I've been putting that off because I really don't want to have to file claims and ruin people's lives and ruin their jobs because they're not upholding my constitutional rights as a woman, not a defendant. I am a woman only. I.woman.angela. 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 That's it. Not defendant. I'm not a defendant.
Well, you are.
Did you just try to perform a Jedi mind trick on the judge there by repeating I.woman.angela 3 times? Because you know that doesn't work, right?
And
Okay,
what I'm
in
gonna-
your opinion and legalese, yes, but I am a woman. So do we need to do trial by jury when we can do my claims and file my court with your court at the same time? Because that's going to be my next step, to file claims against everybody involved in this case. Because there is no verified claim, and complaints and claims are 2 different things. I don't want to file claims. I'm trying very hard, and I've been trying hard to not do that. But I guess if we got to keep going, that's my next step. And I will file proper claims with the proper people and the insurancing for the bonding. So I don't know what you want to do at this point. And I really don't want to have to do that.
Threatening the judge with a lien, because that always works out so well for sovereign citizens, doesn't it?
Ms. Christian, I got to tell you, I don't know what in the heck you're talking about. You're talking
know.
nonsense.
Well, that, Judge, is because you didn't attend YouTube law school.
So here's the thing. I am not going to relinquish my authority in this case. I'm not. All right. The prosecutor's office can dismiss the case. They're choosing not to. So that means we do have to go forward to a jury trial unless you want to
Okay.
plead guilty. All right. But what I'm
I'm not
also
gonna
going
do
to do is your ramblings here today and at previous hearings, and after I reviewed your written notices, it's clear to me that you have no concept of the legal and factual issues at stake. And
I would never know anything
and-
about legalese
on.
because I never went to
Hold on.
school to do the legalese, so I don't understand that part.
All right, you're illustrating my next point, and you have no respect for the authority of the court. You continue to interrupt me and such, and file these nonsense claims. So I am hereby withdrawing my consent for you to represent yourself. I'm referring this matter to the Office of Assigned Counsel for appointment. So any papers you file in this case, I will reject because they have to be filed.
Well, I
through
don't
your-
accept that offer, and I do not require you to give me any court-appointed attorney, and I will self-govern because that is my right.
So what right is that then? I suppose that's something only a semester at YouTube Law School can teach. And good on the judge for withdrawing his consent. She doesn't realise it, but it really is for her own good. If she doesn't understand legalese or even court rules, she has no business representing herself. But at least the next court hearing should be interesting, with her in the actual courtroom. I see a contempt of court charge coming her way.
I don't want an attorney. I don't do legalese. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful. I'm trying to be very decent.
Well,
I stand on my paperwork and I'll do the rest of my paperwork. I will keep doing it and now I'm going to file my claims. So that's fine. But no, I don't need no legal counsel. I refuse that offer. I do not accept that offer. I'm sorry. With all due respect to you, I don't accept that.
She keeps mistaking an order for an offer. I don't think she knows what either means.
Well, Ms. Christensen, it wasn't an offer. So we are scheduling this next for a docket call on February 14th at 10:30 in the morning. And I'll refer it to the Office of Assigned Counsel for you to have an attorney at that hearing. You are no longer allowed to represent yourself in this matter, and you will be in person in my courtroom at that date and time.
I'm sorry, but I cannot be there. I can do it via
Well-
Zoom and I don't accept that offer either unless you want to compensate me for my gas and my time.
Pay for your gas and time? Are you kidding? What next? Your Wi-Fi bill for Zoom court? This actually reminds me of the time Devon Bay sent this invoice for $86,000 to Poughkeepsie City Court for the time he spent studying, memorising his notes and printing out his paperwork. Oh, and gassing his car for travelling and not driving to court. Oh, and let's not forget clothes for court. Unbelievable.
Because I can't do that. I can't even afford to. Sorry.
Ms. Christensen, it's not an offer. I want to have you here because you've expressed such disregard for the proceedings. I want to have you here so you can meet your attorney. Ms. Christensen, stop interrupting me. It's not an offer. You will be here, or I will issue a warrant for your arrest if you refuse to attend in person. All right, we'll see you February 14th, or I'll issue a warrant for your arrest. You have a good day.
You have a nice day.
All right, we will be in recess until 11 a.m. for a civil matter.
And that, my friends, is how you deal with a sovereign citizen. No messing, no pandering, just tell them straight. That's what we need a lot more of. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out part 1 and part 2 over on Law Talk with Mike. And don't forget to subscribe while you're there. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.